was about 8:45 a.m. We've been here since about 6:30, so only short of 2 hours. Now we've heard plenty of birds, 2 in front of us gobbling, and then one behind us, and he was pretty close, maybe 30-40 yards into the woods. So all's quiet at the moment. I haven't heard anything for about 10-15 minutes. Now it could be that there was another group of hens. If so, that'll kind of take their mind off us for the time being. But sooner or later, they're going to know there's a hen over here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make a couple of little clucks, maybe a couple of yelps, just to let them know that we're still here. So even when they finish with their business, they'll carry on and come on over. So hopefully that should be enough, but we'll wait and see. Okay, so it's 10:30 in the morning, so we've been in the blind for 4 hours now. A little while ago we saw a hen bird come across in front of us, but we haven't heard any gobbling for a while. So the toms have either henned up or they're finished for the morning. Now, ordinarily we'd be getting out of the blind about this time and going back for breakfast, but me and Daniel, we're pretty hardcore. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to stay here and try and wait out the day. Now we know that could mean us sitting in here for another 8 or 9 hours, but this is our last day turkey hunting in Florida. And I think we owe it to ourselves to give ourselves the best chance of success. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix up the calls, do some purrs, as well as some short clucks and yelps, and see if there's any toms that have finished the morning's activity that are now wandering around and surveying their territory. But like everything else, patience is key. Let's give a bit of a purr. Okay, so we've been here for 5 hours. There's a bird gobbling. It's a couple hundred yards away. He doesn't seem to be coming our way, but he's responding to our calls. Just going to grab a decoy, head down the track and see if we can get closer to him. So we sat in the blind this morning for a little bit. As you saw, we got out, positioned ourselves. We heard a gobbler. It was probably about half a mile away from here. He didn't come in. Clearly he's got himself henned up, so we've come to an area a little bit further south, probably about a mile south from where we were. So we're going to go and get ourselves set up in the blind, and hopefully we'll get one come along before it's too late this afternoon. Fingers crossed, but it's getting hard work. Well, there we have it. What a rush. Now, we've been in the hide for, it is 2:30 in the afternoon. So we've been here for, my God, 8 hours. Is that right? 8 hours. And we went out to the first blind this morning, sat down, saw a hen come past, but pretty much nothing there. Tried to sneak into one that was gobbling, that wasn't coming into the calls. And then came to this, it's like a different part, you know, the southern part of the forest. Got in this blind. Now we saw a hen earlier on, saw this bad boy coming in. He ducked in behind us and he was heading for the hills. But got my slate call, where is it now? So my HS strut, smoking gun combo, just a little gentle purring. I know it's crappy purring, but it seemed to work. He comes back in, he's having a look around, kind of pecking at the ground a little bit, feeding away, but he's looking for that hen bird, but she wasn't here. What was here instead is my old friend Remington 870, the bane of the Osceola turkey. Now once again, what is he, 20 yards maybe 18 yards, full choke, turkey load, there's no coming back from that. Now you can see there's a bit of a dramatic flip-flop from left to right. You know, I shot him in the neck, severed his spinal cord. All of that you've seen there is reflex action, same as if you shoot any other animal in the head. It's just that birds tend to be a little bit more acrobatic in their death throes, but what can I say? I'm completely and utterly pumped. We say it time and time and time again, but patience is the key. We could have got up 10, 15 times and gone back. You know, do you go back for breakfast? Well, the plain fact of the matter is, you don't see anything in the lodge. 0 birds from the lodge, apart from the stuffed ones up on the wall. If you're going to make a success of yourself, you need to be out in the woods, and that's what we did. We hung fast, we stayed strong. Poor old Daniel, who's sat behind the camera right now, I can hear his bones creaking. He's been sat like a statue for that whole 8 hours, so well done, Daniel. But I'm pumped, my heart's beating. We sit here relaxed, the quiet of the forest, the peace, the tranquility, and then boom, right out in front of you steps a monster Tom. He, gun's empty, is an absolute beauty, an absolute beauty. Oh my God, look at the size of this bird. Holy mackerel. That is a nice, what is that? 8 inches maybe, beard. But look at these bad boys here. Those are some incredible spurs. Now he was definitely worth the wait. He is a lot fuller in the neck than the first one I took. Perfect head and neck shot again. In fact, yeah, he's got 1, 2, 3. I'm looking at about 20 holes just in the base of his spine, base of his neck, and probably another, I don't know. But he was pretty close, so a lot of the pattern hit him. I'd be surprised if there wasn't at least 30 shots in him.
Dadgum, you pound, you know how to kill him now. You kill that head.
He's dead.
Look at the hooks on this thing.
Yeah, I know, man.
My God, look at them.
Enormous, huh?
Yes.
And there's a nice beard.
Hell yeah.
Not as long as the one we saw dangling around yesterday.
That's not bad though.
But I tell you what,
inches, but look at the hooks on him.
He is incredible, isn't he?
Those are awesome spurs.
I tell you what brought him in, just that purring, you know?
The purring, yeah. A lot of people think, I mean, there's times that you got to get on it hard.
Yeah.
But there's times that that's all that it takes, especially on Osceolas. You don't need to call as hard and aggressive as like you do on Easterns.
Yeah. So we bought the most expensive turkey calling equipment in the history of the world. I think it was $29.99. And look what it got, my second and most beautiful Florida Osceola. So good. Now, I think I owe you a beer.
Yes, you do. I will take you up on it.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
God.